All right, Raji, thank you. So here's a place probably not top of mind to be treated for stress, but a chiropractor can make a few small adjustments that can make a big difference.
Hey, that's nice to know. Dr. Tomshack is founder and CEO of HealthSource Chiropractic, here to show us how he can help eliminate stress and anxiety. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here. I think we just live in a stressful world these days, and anything that we can do to just help relieve some of that is really healthier in the long run, isn't it?
Very much so it is, because I don't think any of us are going to go live in a cave anytime soon to avoid the stress.
Not.
So we have to deal with the effects of the stress, and that's kind of what we do for a living.
So how does stress kind of affect, what most people think is chiropractic, aligning the spine and various and sundry things?
Well, that's a great question. So when we're under stress, when we're under excessive stress, like most of us are today, our body produces a hormone called cortisol.
Yep, cortisol.
Oh, it wreaks havoc. It creates all sorts of inflammation, and what it does to our muscles is it tightens them up. So when you're under a little bit of stress, they start to get tightened up. A little classic massage.
So that's why I'm always like this.
Probably so. Well,
seriously.
Well, then let's evolve a little bit. If you're under a lot of stress, that little muscle tension turns into knots. So if you can liken it to chewing a pack of gum for like a minute, take it out, it's nice and thick, and stick it in the muscle. And that's kind of what happens in our muscle tissue. It develops adhesions. And so we now do deep tissue techniques, not classical massage, deep tissue to get in there and break up those adhesions so we can make the muscle soft.
Can you show us how that works?
These are my high-tech.
I wondered what that was for. I was going to say, I'm not going to mess with you, buddy.
Stress reduction instrument. All right, so what we would do, let's just say that the lovely Tanya here has one of those bubblegum knots right in through here. So we'll get in here and we'll begin to strip this muscle tissue out, right? So we apply considerably more pressure than a classic
I can
massage.
Imagine somebody saying, ow, wow, wow.
You would be
Does
imagining
it hurt?
correctly. Because if this feels good while we're doing it, it's not being done right. But when we're done, that's when the muscle tissue starts to feel like butter. And so as we can go all the way up and down the spine and begin to break all these adhesions up again. A little bit of ouch while we're doing it, but when we are done with this deep tissue, oh my gosh, the effects of the stress just begins to dissipate for a long-term relief, and that's what we're looking for.
So not
here.
just for a day or two.
Right.
Now, when we're talking about adjustments, how often do you suggest to your patients or clients that they come in and are fully adjusted besides just something like working out the knots?
That's a great question. That's kind of like owning a car, and how often should you get the oil changed? It depends on how often you drive the car. It depends on how hard you work your body, what kind of stress levels you're under. It's everybody's totally
So everybody's different.
Completely.
All right, so if you're sitting at home thinking, I got one of those things right there. So how do you get from thinking you might need this to going in and saying, I'm going to get it treated?
That's a great question, because a lot of us, let's go back to the cars again. We all think we're great mechanics. Most of us don't know what we're talking about, at least I don't. So getting a solid opinion is probably the way to go. And so what we're doing in Houston, we've got 5 clinics here, is we're giving out well over 1,000 certificates for deep tissue work. So you can come on in, we can see if there truly is a problem or not. If there isn't, great, fantastic, go about your job. But if there is, we'll take care of it for you.
All right.
All right, well, we're going to wake Tanya up because I imagine she's nice and comfortable.
Nice and relaxed. The pain is over. You can be stress-free now. Yeah, if I could talk you into getting up, I need to sit down in the chair right now. Just kidding.
This is next.
Chrome knuckles, here they come.
Yeah, here we go.
Dr. Tomshack, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.